I built a theme park in an active volcano. Ever thought what it would be like to build a theme park inside an active volcano? Well, today we're diving into the fiery depths of Brimstone Peak in Parkitect. Join me as we take on this Steampunk challenge and create a park that's as thrilling as it is dangerous. We're starting with $15,000 or whatever this is in the rainy and rugged landscape of Brimstone Peak. Our goals, well, they are almost impossible. Attract at least 800 guests, maintain a price satisfaction rate of 75% and achieve an overall park rating of 85%. Now, that sounds like a challenge. Managing a theme park in an active volcano comes with its own set of challenges. The constant rain can affect ride performance and guest satisfaction. But don't worry, we've got a strategy to keep everything running smoothly, or at least that was what I thought. To be honest, this was one of the hardest challenges I have ever faced in a theme park simulator. If I had a nickel every time a theme park scenario based on a volcano was almost impossible to complete, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's still weird that it happened twice. Man, this challenge is almost impossible to complete. Why? Well, because you need to constantly be building new rides to keep the high gas demands. But you also need to keep a high satisfaction rating, meaning you need to keep the paths clean by hiring janitors and ride mechanics. This results in high wages, and you know how expensive wages can be. I had to take out 2 loans, which is usually not a good idea, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This challenge was so hard, I had to try it 2 times because I almost failed one time. I had to build these cheap, high thrilling attractions that I later deleted to keep a high satisfaction rate. You know, like a Six Flags park. But let's take a moment to talk about the fascinating worlds of volcanoes and steampunk architecture. Active volcanoes like the one in this park are not just geological wonders, but also incredibly challenging environments for construction. Building here requires innovative designs to withstand heat and eruptions. But volcanoes can also be a source of joy. For instance, we as a society have built many wineries around volcanoes. Why? Well, because they have fertile land. So why not take advantage of that and build a tiny house that was originally a winery, but grew into a steampunk theme. Steampunk architecture, with its blend of Victorian style and industrial elements, adds a unique aesthetic. Inspired by the works of Jules Verne and H.G. Wells, it features intricate gears, steam-powered machinery, and bold metallic structures. It's the perfect theme for our fiery theme park. So this park features a lighthouse as its main entrance. Why? Because of Jules Verne's book, Lighthouse at the End of the World. This fishing village not only adds a scenic spot for our guests, but it also ties into the adventurous theme of Brimstone Peak. It's all about creating an immersive experience for our guests, with a combination of architecture from all over the world, all the way from New England to Chile. We have this beautiful interpretation of what is a fishing village. Additionally, on top of the hills here, we have our main attraction of this land. It is based on Jules Verne's book From the Earth to the Moon. Here guests can travel to the Baltimore Gun Club as they are about to launch their latest adventure. You can be part of that journey and soar into the skies. Next up, we're constructing an ore mine attraction. Guests will journey into the depths of Brimstone Peak, exploring tunnels and discovering precious metal. It's a thrilling ride through the industrial heart of our steampunk park. But what did they do with all that money from ore mining? Well, they did what many of us could not do: fly. Yes, here innovators from all over the world come to learn about flight and build fantastical machines. Here guests can explore the latest invention that is not working quite right. This ride features dark, winding tracks and interactive elements where guests can learn about mining operations and flight. It's both educational and exciting. Additionally, what if we did something unique? How about Neo-Roman architecture, or technically speaking, Neoclassical architecture? Yes, this place is truly unique. It's like a hodgepodge of themes from all over the world. So let's tour the park. Our guests enter here, through this small European village. At the end of this village sits a mansion. This mansion blends in Victorian architecture and many ecclesiastical elements. Right next to that we have the Inventor. This is a B&M dive coaster, themed after inventions. Guests can also travel to our flight zone, where they dream about flight and see how it's possible today or in this imaginary world. Then we have our lab zone, themed after 20,000 Leagues Vulcania. This was Captain Nemo's secret laboratory. Here guests can explore submarines and journey into the depths of a volcano with Journey to the Center of the Earth. This high-trim roller coaster, unlike what the newspapers claim when they say a ride is dangerous just because it stopped on the lift hill, this ride is actually dangerous. Why? Well, because it's right up against an active volcano and could possibly damage its track and create unpleasant situations for guests, but we don't care about that here. After all, I was hired to design a park in a volcano. I didn't pick this site. Then guests can travel to our fishing village and explore its wonders, learn about the men that bring food every day to our tables. What an adventure from the fire depths of an active volcano to the charming fishing village and the thrilling ore mine. We've built a park that's truly unique. But hold on, the adventure doesn't stop here. If you thought this was epic, wait until you see our next challenge. Next time we're headed to the sweet and whimsical world of Candyland. Think giant lollipops, chocolate rivers and candy-coated rides. Can we create the ultimate sugary paradise? Well, subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next Parkitect adventure.